Hey there friends, it's Codiak here. Welcome back to Legacy Gaming. It's the end of January, and as promised, the Lost Ark team has dropped a huge amount of information less than 2 weeks ahead of launch. Of course, I always recommend you go read through any changes yourself, but if you'd prefer someone to break it down in a video format, well, you've come to the right place. The big news, guys, T3 is arriving at launch in the NA EU. That's right, we're jumping right in whole hog. According to the blog, T3 gear will be available at launch, as well as a few core T3 dungeons to support proper progression, including Oria's Well, Chaos Dungeon Stage 3, and the Volganos Guardian Raid. To adjust for this T3 content being added to the game, the combat level cap has also been increased to 60. The team says that they'll roll out additional T3 content post-launch in order to set the pace for players' progression, both in terms of new content and optimal difficulty. This is a huge change to what the general community assumed about launch. Many, including myself, believed we'd see some variation of T1 content to ease players into the vast systems of the game, but that doesn't seem to be the case. If you're familiar with T3, then great, you already know what's coming. But if you're not, you can expect to see a much more expanded Arcasia, including the Yorn region, the Phaeton region, and the Punica region. Each world is crafted to be unique, much like the rest of the game. In Yorn, players will head underground to the home of the Umar race, a group of dwarven people that inhabit the world below the surface. In Phaeton, you'll run into Delanes, half-human, half-demons, all controlled by Avesta, a powerful assassin organization. Finally, Punica is a bit more inviting. It's a colorful tropical island, definitely a contrast from the constantly poisoned region of Phaeton, but beneath all that cheeriness is a strange wildlife that seems transformed in a hostile manner. Each region introduces additional quests, bosses, chaos dungeons, and in the case of Punica, T3 content. This really does open up the game, but keep in mind this doesn't confirm everything currently in the Korean or Russian versions of the game will be making it into the NA EU release at launch, just that the framework is there for all that content coming in the future. I want to point out some other interesting facets of the blog, including some clarity surrounding commonly asked questions. First, in regards to name reservations. The team has to manually release names once a character is deleted, meaning if you're trying to save a name by making a throwaway character and you delete that character, the name is still locked. The team doesn't plan on releasing names often, but it's something they're open to doing down the line. Since we're talking about naming things, let's talk about the names themselves. There are a number of restrictions for characters, strongholds, and guilds. Special characters are a no-no, spaces also seem to be restricted, as well as multiple capital letters. Character names are limited to 2 to 16 characters, and guild names are limited to 2 to 20 characters. There seems to be a bit of confusion here because having multiple words for something like a guild name is something we've seen before, even on the PTR, but this will be one of those things we need to check out come launch. Another hot topic is the Founders Pack. These items will be sent to your product inventory, which you can then pipe into your various characters. You'll need to make sure to send any skin items to the corresponding character that you want to unlock them on. You also won't be able to hold on to the skins for the additional classes coming to the game like the Scouter or Destroyer. The launch skins are only usable on the 15 classes arriving at launch in the NA EU. Of course, many of you may already know that you can purchase one of each of the Founders Packs if you so choose. We get a lot of questions about stacking these rewards, and in a recent change, the team confirmed that you can indeed buy one of each Founders bundle and claim the rewards independently. A number of additional questions received answers like, what happens if your guild leader doesn't log in for weeks? If a guild leader doesn't log in for 10 days, the deputy of the guild can be the new leader. We have no idea what happens if the guild has no deputy, but I'd assume you're pretty much out of luck at that point. Another question had to do with content and rewards from events over in Korea and Russia, and if those things would come to the NA EU. It seems like some of these rewards and items will eventually make it into our version of the game, but I think it's pretty unrealistic to expect them to copy and paste every single event and item giveaway. We're going to have our own launch experience, which will no doubt include a ton of free items. The team also addressed the font size within the game, stating that in-game font type and size cannot be changed, but did mention that font size changes could be made to the in-game chat. Finally, in regards to character-based PvP versus roster-based PvP rankings, the team plans on keeping the system tied to your roster at this time. There are a number of other small changes, ones I didn't think we really need to waste time on in this video, so again, if you want to check out every detail from the blog, you'll give it a read. The final section of the post was titled Looking Ahead, and honestly, I found this to be the most interesting aspect of the blog. It looks like another new article will be on its way next week and will include a ton of information such as launch day instructions for players, a launch server list, information about weekly reset times, the exact server open times, preload times, and much more. Before launch, the team also plans on sharing additional information about the business model. We just put out a video talking about pay to win and pay for convenience in Lost Ark, so if you're interested in that conversation, go check out the video. A full list of patch notes and information about what makes the NA-U version of the game unique looks to also be coming sometime in the near future. Finally, a roadmap. Every game needs one, right? With T3 coming right at launch, things are bound to be rolled out in a very different fashion than they did in Korea and Russia, so a post-launch plan will be shared sometime after launch. It's an exciting time to jump on the Lost Ark bandwagon, and yes, the hype is very real. If you've played the game, you already know it's special, and if you haven't, well boy, you are in for a real treat. The game launches on February 8th for those that purchased a Founders Pack, and on February 11th, it goes free to play for everyone in North America and Europe. Anyways, friends, you know Legacy Gaming is going to have a huge presence within the game. Our Discord community has grown to over 2,500 members just in there for Lost Ark. So if you want to be part of one of the largest NA East guilds, all you have to do is click the link in the description and join us on Discord. If you've been following along with our Lost Ark coverage, then you already know we've got a whole lineup of content ready to go for launch. We've been chipping away at that NA-EU PTR, trying to get videos ready for you all. So if you appreciate the work, we'd appreciate the support. Hit that thumbs up and subscribe for more videos in your feed. Finally, if you like everything we're doing here at Legacy Gaming and you want to support the channel even more, you can do so by becoming a member. For just a couple bucks, you're helping us achieve our dreams of making YouTube a full-time passion. My name is Codiak, and from everyone here at Legacy Gaming, thanks for watching, and play on.